Hey boots, welcome into our Leo-Virgo astrology tarot reading here on the lovely member side of the channel for January 2026. I thank you guys so much for tuning into this message. Whenever you do, let me know you're here in the comments. That would be great. I'd love to see who tunes into these consistently. I appreciate you. And make sure you also check out the deck giveaway that I'm doing on the membership tab, okay, on our member board. Go ahead and check out the thrifted deck section on my website. If there's any deck that's available there that you might be interested in, I will give it to you for free. All right, ship it to you. It's shipping on me. Just let me know in the comments down below which one you would like, and I'll send you the giveaway link so you can claim the gift as a free gift. And I'll send it on over to you as a thank you for being on this side of the channel. I really do appreciate y'all's support, genuinely. Okay, and shout out to everybody who's already claimed a deck. I love you all so very much. All right, let's get into what I was seeing for you for January 2026, Leo Virgo. It felt like you've done all you can do. There's really like nothing more to be done. It feels like the divine is trying to usher you into a certain frequency that allows you to sustain something without being overwhelmed by it. Okay. Yeah, it definitely feels like this Neptune specifically, this Neptunian shift into Aries is going to be very impactful or powerful for you. Again, that happens in February during Aquarius Pisces season. Okay, that week that the sun takes to transition houses. That's going to be a very powerful marker for you energetically. I think that's when you might feel this frequency and then kind of naturally have an inclination to sustain it, or it's something that's going to be easy to sustain. Okay. I also saw a lot about your material world. And it feels like that's a part of the sustainability. And although there might be a lot that has shifted or could shift, it's nothing that's going to put you in despair. So yeah, I'm almost hearing like you have nothing to worry about. Like, don't necessarily worry too much about it. You'll have what you need. Okay, so you're being sustained through some sort of, I almost want to say systematic change or shift. So something in your day-to-day systems, lifestyle could be shifting. Maybe this has to do with a partnership. That could be work, that could be family, that could be lover, take it as it resonates. But you're going to be sustained through that transition or that shift or those changes, okay? Okay, that's what I was getting in my meditation for you. Let's see what the divine wants to share about it. Okay, show me what this sustained energy is for Leo Virgos in January, divine. Thank you so much. Okay. This is the transition. You see how it kind of came out sideways, and it's 333. Oh, 333 could be a significant synchronicity. Those are only 2 3s there, so I added an extra 3. But yeah, this is you transitioning from your south node, your past, into your north node, future energy. Okay. You are going to maybe be feeling that a lot because come July of this year, the south node will be shifting into Cancer Leo energy, north node into Capricorn Aquarius energy. So that still has an effect on you. Okay. you are feeling divine protection. I feel guided to say that. Someone might be questioning whether they're feeling the presence of divine energy. You are. It could feel like tingles on the cheek. Yeah, like almost like a wind or like a brush on the face or on the skin where there is no wind or, you know, no one there. Yeah, there's divine presence around you. A divine presence around you. Okay. Maybe they're guiding you and sustaining you, covering you through this shift. What else here, divine? What else does Leo Virgo need to know? Yeah, rebirth. Okay, so fire, earth energies, y'all are definitely going through a rebirth. Aries, Taurus got that same card in the same place. Okay, show me a little bit more. Descendant and Taurus with cultivate. Yeah, you're in a season where you are being called to look at your South Node energy. How can you integrate those lessons, or what do you need to learn from that energy, right? Because for those of you that might not be aware, especially for those of you that are new here, or might not be well versed in astrology in that way, your South Node is believed to be the energy you incarnated under in your last life. So everything that you gathered as karma, right, is centered at that South Node lunar point. And lunar nodes are 7th house partners always, okay? So whatever your South Node is, you can look across the natal wheel. That would be your North Node. But your South Node is your South Node, so that you in this life move towards the opposite side of that energy. And it seems like that's the journey you're making right now, Leo Virgo. So your South Node could be in Taurus, or maybe in an earth energy, maybe Virgo. Yeah, maybe even water with Pisces coming out here. It can also show you where your work is cut out for you. Okay, I'm hearing like South Node and Leo. You might have some temperament issues. Okay. Might be a little hot-headed. So then you are here in this lifetime working towards your North Node, which would be Aquarius, and that is where we're headed as a collective, which is emotionally detached. You see what I'm saying? Learning how to not let your emotions rule your actions, your choices, your decisions, which South Node and Leo can struggle with that for sure, because it's a lot of ego. And again, ego is not negative. We need ego to survive. Without an ego, we would be nothing, truly. We would have no identity, no sense of self. We need that. The ego transforms and it sheds, and it grows and it sheds, and it grows and it sheds. So that could be a big theme for you right now in this month. How is your ego ready to shed and grow? What can you surrender in light of the North Node in Aquarius kind of energy? Just in that example, okay? But maybe that's relevant for you. Yeah, come on now, Aquarius. Maybe you have an Aquarius South Node. So that would be overly detached, cold, right? Then you would need to learn how to get your heart involved in things, because your North Node would be in Leo. Okay, so that's how that works. But yeah, this is about cultivating a sense of, tension in reverse with Mars. Maybe this is teaching you how to get through some sort of confrontation here. Or maybe there's a lot that's confronting you, Leo Virgo, and it's like, it's an opportunity for you to handle it in a new way, to cultivate sensitivity, where you might want to just roar or just, you know what I mean? Like, you might not want to care, but you need to. I'm going to put that back. Show me what else is going on here for Leo Virgo when it comes to this energy. Yeah, Leo shine. Oh, okay. Okay, that's too many. I'm going to put that back too. Yeah, dignified strength, nurture, and shine. Yeah. You know you're strong, Leo Virgos. You know you are. And you have a lot of dignity around that, as you should. How in this moment can you nurture that shine? Nurture those strengths. Cultivate more. Make the weak points strengths. Maybe that's where you need to look. Whatever you might deem as a weakness for yourself, this is an opportunity for you to strengthen that weakness. Okay? So many cards. Yeah, solar flares. Investigate exactly. You got to look a little deeper into that. Solar flares activate an alliance. This is your shadow wanting to be a partner with you. Yeah, this is your shadow wanting to be a partner with you. Let me shuffle up a little bit. Okay. How do you make your shadow work for you instead of against you? Talk about it. I can't make it up. Partnership. Okay, what else for Leo Virgo? One more here, Divine. Thank you. Pentacle. Okay. And achieve. Yeah. This would be a really great achievement for you if it's something that you can focus on. Okay. If it's something you can put a little time towards figuring out here for yourself, because it seems like your shadow almost wants to work for you. It might be a little tired of being apart from you or kept in the corner, shamed. You know, it's like there's some sort of darker force that's not necessarily negative, but it's raw. It's raw. So yeah, you might be really in your lower chakras this month, and that's exactly where you need to be to do this cultivating and sensitivity. Yeah, it's an invitation to cultivate more sensitivity, maybe even within a partnership, but more or less I'm feeling in order to do that cultivation, you're going to have to invite your shadow in. You're going to have to invite your shadow in. Not judge it, not reprimand it, but embrace it. Okay? Let it be, I just heard this so clearly, let it be a part of who you are. It wants to be claimed. Because we can't be all light. Nothing is all light. Nothing is total darkness. Everything is a balance of both. They coexist with one another, and that's a part of what we're here to learn and what we're here to integrate into our awareness, into our intelligence. Yeah, this is a big thing for you right now, Leo Virgo. Show me what the past is about. What is the South Node? What's this past energy? The Eight of Cups. Okay. Something you've already walked away from, you've let go. You've reached the point of no return on emotionally. Something you don't want to return back to emotionally. What's the rebirth? King of Swords. Wise choices and decisions with a rebirth. Okay, maybe this is a moment here, Leo Virgo, where you're going to stop judging yourself for some choices and decisions that you made in the past that might not have led to your highest good, but they definitely led to a lot of lessons that you needed to learn. But there's still maybe that Virgoian energy that is trying to figure out how you could have perfected that choice and decision. What was the perfect choice and decisions? The answer is none. Not to ruin the quiz for you, but the answer is none. There is no perfect choice or perfect decision. It's just what was. What you decided was perfect. It's that kind of a flip in the mind or in the perspective here, Leo Virgo, that could really go a long way with what you're being called to do spiritually right now. Okay, Tell me more about this invitation. What is Leo Virgo being invited in to do? Confirm or clarify? The Hermit, the soul work. I can't make it up. You're being invited into your darkness. Where does the Hermit go? In their cave. The only light is the lantern. The only light is the night sky, is the moon. Invited to do some deep soul work here, Leo Virgo, okay? And what's trying to be cultivated? The Two of Swords. How to make better choices and decisions. Oh, that's beautiful, Leo Virgo. This is some real self-reflection that I think you're going to find yourself moving through. And it's in the name of wanting to improve. And I think that's amazing. That's wonderful. Yeah. How do I cultivate the awareness and the knowledge? The sensitivity, right? The sense of what would have been a better choice and decision for yourself. This is also maybe about, again, making peace with the choices and decisions that were made. Even if you know here, Leo Virgo, you knew better but didn't do better, you gotta forgive yourself for those moments. Because nothing in the past can be changed. It doesn't exist anymore in truth. Don't get caught back there. Stay present, okay? What's the sensitivity? Yeah, your Nine of Cups. Now that I know more about myself and what I like and what I don't like and what I need and what I don't need and what I believe and what I don't believe, like now that you have a little bit more of a clearer sense of self, and again, that's going to definitely strengthen when Neptune enters Aries. Now that you have that, what does that version of self think is a wise choice and decision? Like, I see you kind of figuring that out. And again, maybe that's the piece that you need. There was no perfect choice, just the choice that you made. And that was perfect for you because it led you to what you needed to learn, what you needed to know. So again, I do get there's a need to do a lot of self-forgiveness work here, Leo Virgo. Maybe you regret a relationship or a partnership and it's time to let that go. Yeah, with an I can't make it up, child. With an Emperor, exactly. Exactly. It's like, how could I have picked someone so controlling or so like this and so like that? And how did I let that happen? And that's you beating yourself up. That's you expecting that version of yourself to know better. If you knew better, I guarantee you would have done better. And even if you did at one point and still kind of chose the not so better, that's a part of learning too. We're curious beings. I know the stove is hot, but what does hot feel like? I don't know. Let's find out. Burn. You know what I mean? Like we're human. That's a part of it. Don't beat yourself up about being curious about something or wanting to, I don't know, maybe push a boundary, or yeah, maybe you did go against your better judgment, but that's all lessons learned. And I know that sounds very like easy for me to say, 100% absolutely. Easy to accept and live in, not necessarily, but I think that's the work this month for you, okay? And what's the pinnacle that Leo Virgo's reaching right now? Page of Swords. Maybe you feel like you're past your prime. Or okay, be careful with that, Leo Virgo. Like, oh, my better years are behind me. No, not necessarily. But if you think that they will be, the power of the mind is infinite. If you think that they will be. But maybe you even think you've reached your pinnacle and you're nowhere near it. You still have so much rising to do. And maybe that's hard to believe because maybe you feel like I've accomplished a lot. Like, I don't know what else more I could do. Oh, go through that rebirth process. Go through that rebirth process, and you know it intimately. Exactly. There's still so much more to experience and embrace. Tell me more about this Eight of Cups. Yeah, the Lovers with the Seven of Wands. Yeah. No more choices and decisions that don't reflect your love for yourself. That is a promise I think you can make to yourself in this moment, Leo Virgo, and actually keep. Yeah. Period. I love that. Okay. Okie dokie. Ace of Cups. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, that's exactly where you're headed. A renewed sense of self. You're headed to your Nine of Cups. There's progression here. Okay? Yeah. Ten of Wands. Yeah, you might not feel like you're progressing, or you might not feel like you're fully out of that energy and out of that cycle. And you know what? That might even be accurate, because again, the South Node is still in your energy for, I know, another 18 months. Well, more than that. We're here in January. Yeah, another like 20, 23, 24 months, maybe another 2 years. Okay? I know that seems like a long time, but child, time moves fast. We all know that. That'll be a blink of an eye. But you're working through another layer of this. It's like getting to a point where you're like, okay, maybe I could put one of these wands down. And then you'll get to another point where you're like, okay, I can release another wand. And then I can release another one. You see what I'm saying? It's going to happen in waves. Tell me more about this King of Swords under Pluto in rebirth, divine, for Leo Virgos. Clarify the King of Swords. Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay. Yeah. Right. You might not have made heart-forward decisions, like I said earlier, with the Seven of Wands and the Lovers. But from here on out, you have the power to say, I'm only making choices that come from that lover's energy. If it's not in that lover's alignment, I'm not doing it. I don't want it. I don't want no part of it. I'm not connected to it. No more doing things for the sake of feeling how hot feels. It's like, you know the stove is hot now. Don't touch it. Period. That's real. Sometimes we be like, dang, I forgot. You know, I forgot what the hot felt like. And I think you're coming out of that energy here. Tell me more about this invitation from the Hermit with Descendant, divine, for Leo Virgos. Clarify the Hermit. Yeah, the Nine of Wands. It's going to bring you into some healing. It's going to show you where you're wounded. It's going to show you where you're hurt. Where you're hurt, what hurt, how that hurt you, why that hurt you. That's what's about to get all filled in here, okay? And just embrace that information coming forward. Because once you have that locked in, you'll now know what you absolutely will never do again, right? You'll have better boundaries around it. And what did I say? Even we saw the Ten of Wands. You'll get to that point where, or you're getting to that point where you're like, okay, I could release a wand. Boom, the Nine of Wands. And that is a big awareness shift, to be like, I don't have to carry all 10 of these. At least 3 of them aren't yours to even carry. Minimum 3 of them aren't yours to carry. So figuring out which one of those wands, which 3 of those wands you can let go of is the work you're doing right now. Yeah, 4 of Wands, 4 of Cups. Ooh. I said 3, 3, 3 in the beginning. You got 4, 4, 4. Wow. Wow. I don't think I've ever had that happen before in a read. 3 of the same number come out together. So finding, finding stability, again, like I said, in the material world, you'll be sustained. So that's confirmation. This maybe wants to stay out because it keeps falling out of my hand, okay? And that's going to lead to a little bit more emotional clarity, 4 Cups, and a deeper understanding of what you want to be in union with, what actually completes your energy, 4 of Wands, period. Okay. Yeah. Show me what the sensitized with the Nine of Cups is for Leo Virgos. Yeah, strength. Embracing your sensitivity. Embracing your joy, embracing your happiness is the remedy here for the deep kind of, I would even say, darker healing work you're going to also have to do. So this is the divine trying to show you how to balance yourself. Like I said, sustain yourself through this shift and this change. Tell me more about this partnership with the Emperor for Leo Virgo. The Ace of Swords. All right, I already said enough. There you go. And you know what? You'll get to the truth of it if you haven't already. Why you were in partnership with the Emperor. What was that about? What attracted you? You know, the whole ins and outs of it. That's a part of that South Node cycle. That's a part of that South Node cycle. Clarity. And also maybe even on the flip side of that, what you are looking for in a partner. Yeah, because maybe you were dealing with a King of Swords who had a Knight of Cups in reverse, a cold heart, not open to you emotionally unavailable, detached. Now you know for sure that the best partner for you is an Emperor or an Empress, regardless of the gender, okay? Yeah, King of Wands. Okay. And what's the Pentacle with the Page of Swords? Clarify the Page of Swords under Pentacle, Divine. Thank you. The Three of Cups. Yeah. I just heard you haven't seen nothing yet. You might have think that you've met all the people you could have met. Nah. Like there's... Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why that's coming through for somebody here. It's like, yeah, no. Yeah, it definitely could have been a Page of Swords mindset to think that the Three of Cups was the end-all, be-all. And maybe that's what's also having to be reconciled here. Okay? You're not meant to settle for just surface energy here, Leo Virgo. And yeah, you haven't reached your peak either. I don't know. I almost feel like there's someone you might meet or multiple people you might meet coming up soon. Okay. So South Node, what do you want to clarify about the past with this Eight of Cups and the Ace of Cups for Leo Virgo? Stillness in reverse. Deck upright? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like I said, don't stay stuck in the past. Don't stay stuck in the past. It doesn't technically exist anymore. You want to be here and aware in the present. Because that's what matters most, I just heard. That's what matters most. Okay, Pluto, what's the rebirth with the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups in reverse? Okay. Surrender, yeah, exactly. Some of y'all might still be working through that surrender of this energy, of this situation, of this relationship, maybe even. The hurt of it is what I just heard. The hurt of not having that Knight of Cups upright from this King of Swords. Yeah. But cultivate it as a lesson. You're being invited to heal a major wound here, Leo Virgo. Or maybe this is even a persona that someone carries. This could be you. The person who's detached from the heart. I don't love anything. I don't love nobody. I just pick them up and cut them down. Like that kind of like thing. Maybe that's not you. Maybe that's somebody connected to you. But it's time to surrender that persona if it is you. Because that's not the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are is an emperor. Okay? Community, yeah. Yeah. Maybe you're outgrowing something here with the Pentacle, the Page of Swords, and the Three of Cups. You could be outgrowing a lot of things. Maybe not just one thing, but a lot of things here, Leo Virgo. Okay? Descendant energy. Tell us a little bit more about this invitation for Leo Virgo into the Hermit and the Nine of Wands. Oh. Yeah, because you deserve inner peace. And that's what's a part of that surrender. So if that is your energy, being the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups in reverse, that's not bringing you peace anymore. That's not bringing you peace, and it's time to put that persona to rest because it's ready to go through a rebirth. You're ready to release and let go of your past. Move out of past energy. Okay? Or you're going to watch someone shift out of past energy here, Leo Virgo, if that isn't necessarily you, that's somebody connected to you. Okay, Taurus energy, tell us a little bit more about what's being cultivated with the Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. It's way too many. Hold on, let me shuffle. Okay. Two of Swords with the Four of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Intuition, right. Like I said, this taught you what you needed to know, what you were probably always going to learn. That's also helpful. When you look at it as no matter who you were going to connect with, you were going to learn that lesson. So maybe detaching from the who taught you the lesson and connecting just with the lesson itself. Take the who out of it. It could have been anybody. That lesson you were still going to learn. Yeah. But now you have a better discernment, a better intuition, Moon and Libra, Two of Swords, around who to cultivate with, who to invest in, and who not to. What's worth your time, what's worth your effort, what's worth your energy, and what's not. At one point, you might have thought investing in the Three of Cups was the peak. That was the goal. Or, you know what I mean? Like, that was worth your time. But that was a Page of Swords mindset. Okay? And so a Page of Swords has a lot to learn. For sure. And so do you, Leo Virgo. So do everybody. We all do. We're all learning, right? So Piscean energy, show me this Nine of Cups with strength. This could even be kind of like regret seeping in around something. Patience. This could be regret for something as well, like having to surrender the regret. Because it almost feels like whatever this situation was, it shut something down. Maybe within you or someone shut down. And then, or it disconnected somebody from their intuition for a moment. And so you're going to have to give yourself patience to reconnect. Okay. Okay, Juno. Clarify the energy of this partnership with the Emperor and the Ace of Swords for Leo Virgo. That could be a relationship with yourself as well. Okay, that's way too many. So many things want to come out. I just need one, Divine. For the Emperor, the Ace of Swords under Juno. Thank you. Strength. Everything wants to flap out in reverse. Okay. I just heard it wasn't strong to begin with. Okay. So maybe in some way you might be surrendering the illusion that something was as good as it was going to be for you, or someone was as good as you were going to get. That's the best you could have done. No. Like I said, you're going to meet so many more people who, I'm not going to say better, but fit you more. It wasn't strong from the beginning. Yeah, the truth is this person wasn't solid, or the connection wasn't really solid. It wasn't built on solid ground, so it was inevitable for it to shift and change. Okay. Interesting. Show me the Pentacle. Page of Swords with Three of Cups. Rebirth again. I can't make it up. Yeah. So just when you think you've hit the max, the peak, This is the best it'll ever get. Here comes a rebirth, and now you get to grow even more. So again, it's like something's not, don't cap yourself or put a ceiling over yourself, because you're going to break through that ceiling eventually. Okay, Leo, Virgo? Leave the ceiling, sky's the limit, open-ended. It's almost like, too, someone might know that they're being called into a rebirth, but they're afraid that there won't be any success on the other side of it. But that's just fear speaking. That's not the truth of it. Okay? All right, I'm going to leave it there because I feel like I can just keep channeling into this. But let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comments. And if you tuned into this message down below, I thank you so very much for being here, especially if you made it all the way through. And I really do hope that this serves you well, Leo, Virgo, throughout January and definitely beyond it. Make sure you tune in to any of the past readings we've done, if you feel called to, okay? Let your intuition guide you to what might be helpful for you in this moment. And I'll see you in our next one, my loves. Namaste.